It is 5 a.m. and I'm taking a pregnancy test. I'm gonna take the little cheapy Amazon one. So I'm gonna dip it and then chat with you guys for a little bit. Okay, and I'm just going to cover that up. And looking at my clock, time to wait. If you're new to my channel, I was pregnant earlier this year, and unfortunately I had a miscarriage in July. So I miscarried at almost 7 weeks pregnant, and it was a natural miscarriage. I didn't have to go in and have like a D&C or anything like that, but still, it's just been a really, really difficult summer. A summer of really high highs and low lows. So we started trying in February of this year, and it took us 4 months to get pregnant the first time. And I found out I was pregnant like end of June, and then we had our miscarriage in mid-July. And from there, I was told by my doctor that I needed to wait just 1 cycle, and then I could start trying again after that. And they like checked my hormone levels to make sure that I was like, my hormone was going down to 0, and it just did get to 0. So they said I could start trying again after that, which is just difficult to even think about trying again. But I knew that we did want to start trying again. So this is actually my first cycle trying again. And I am now 10 days past ovulation. So with this cycle, I was not planning on testing super early. And I tested this early last time, but it was really hard to see like if there actually was a line, all these things. And I told myself I wasn't going to test this early again, but I came home from work yesterday, or I was at work yesterday, and I noticed myself getting super emotional about things that I didn't think I'd be that emotional about. And I also was like a tiny bit crampy, and so I thought, what if I'm pregnant? And maybe those aren't even like pregnancy symptoms that I'd have by now, but I was like, maybe I am. But I was like, I'm probably not. So I came home yesterday, and I took a pregnancy test, one of the Amazon cheapies, and I can't tell if there's a line. I'll put in a picture here because it looks like there's not a line, and this was 9 days past ovulation. So I was like, either way it's gonna be negative, so I wasn't like, you know, concerned. But I just have a bunch of these, so I might as well use them up. So I decided to take one, and that's why I'm taking one again this morning, because maybe there was a shadow, I don't know. But I think it's now time, so I'm gonna check out the Amazon cheapie test. I think there's still a line. I think there's still a line. Okay, let's look. So I took the last one at like 6:30 or 7 last night, and so this one's like 5 a.m. I don't know if you can see it. There's just like a tiny, tiny little shadow, possibly. Okay, well I'm going to take the first response one too, just because it looks like there might be a line, but I don't mean for this to be super like anticlimactic, but I feel like getting pregnant again after having my miscarriage, I'm just more nervous. Last time around, I got way too excited way too quick, which is what normal people do, which is fine. But I like started budgeting for the baby. I bought like a couple maternity things. Like I was planning all these things. Like within the 3 weeks that I knew I was pregnant, I basically like planned out the next 18 years of my life. And when that abruptly ended, it was devastating. And so while I'm taking these, and like I see the faintest line, like this is what it was like when I was pregnant a couple months ago, like, and so I don't know if I can feel excited about it because I just can't get my hopes up yet. Being pregnant this time around, I think that there's certainly things that I'm gonna do differently. Like I'm not going to, it sounds bad, but I'm not going to plan a whole bunch of things this early. I don't want to be planning that for that in our budget. I don't want to shop for anything like until I have my first ultrasound, until I'm past like the first trimester. I don't know if I can be like super excited about this yet, even though this is something to celebrate. I know this reaction is just a lot different than my first video that I did when I found out I was pregnant, but that was the first time I found out I was pregnant. It was just different. Okay, so the first response test is done. I also see like the faintest line on here. I guess I'm pregnant. Our church pastor this week prayed over me. And just prayed over like this season of life that we've been in this summer and how hard it is. And he prayed for this big child, this baby for us. And I've been so skeptical of thinking, what if I can't have kids? What if I can't? And I sobbed when he was praying for us, which is also an indicator that I was like, maybe I should take a test. What if I'm pregnant? I'm so grateful. I am really happy. I'm just scared. I'm scared that I'm gonna have a miscarriage again. I can't believe it took us four tries the first time, and this time it took us first one. Although my doctor did say it was possible to get pregnant sooner after a miscarriage. I don't know why, but apparently that's a thing. Oh gosh. Okay, let me show you the test. So here, if you can see that, actually the autofocus on the camera is like highlighted on the really faint line, but there's totally a second line there. And a second line of any kind means that you're pregnant. Doesn't matter how faint it is. 2 lines is pregnant. So, if you can see that very, very faint line, and there's the Amazon cheapy one that I took, you can see like the tiny little shadow right there. Well, I guess I'm pregnant, but it is still really faint, so I don't think I'm gonna tell Jacob yet. And I didn't tell him yesterday about anything that happened. But I want to wait until it's really clearly evident that he could also see the line. So maybe in like a couple days if it keeps progressing, and I'll keep you guys updated too. Positive this fast, so I'm gonna tell Jacob.
When did you have a thought about it?
Yesterday.
Yeah?
Mostly because I cried when Pastor Grant prayed for me, and I was like, I'm too overly emotional, like, to be sobbing this much.
Yeah, you were like, there must be something up.
Yeah.
So did you just take it only today, like this morning, or when did you take it?
I just took this one right now. Yeah, I took one this morning, and just like the strip one. Actually, I took one last night. And then I saw like the tiniest little faintest shadow line, and I was like,
again.
And I was like, oh, gosh, I was like, I must be. So then this morning I got up and I took another little cheapy strip, and then like the actual nice one with the lines, and you could see it more. I was like, ugh. So I was like, wasn't gonna take this one for a while, but then I was like, maybe it will come up. Like, what do I know? And so then here we go. And I feel like it's weird this time because it's like, I'm happy, but I'm not
scared.
But I'm not excited, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, even though I've known for like a whole 24 hours and like didn't tell you, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm like overly excited. I can't not talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy, but I'm scared.
guys, I'm pregnant. I really can't believe it still. My official due date is May 23rd, and I plan on sharing a whole lot about my pregnancy on this channel going forward. It's definitely been quite a journey to get here and a lot more to share, I'm sure. So if you are not yet subscribed, I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family so that you can get notified when I post a new video, and I'd love to have you stick around. So I will see you guys in a lot more upcoming videos sharing all of the updates and all the things related to pregnancy and baby. So thank you guys so much for your support through this season. It's definitely been quite a ride of ups and downs to get here. And so I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.